Hey everyone, it's Thursday, and our new tradition on Thursdays is the Metaphysical Hour with our friend Salma Olea. Salma, how are you today?
Hi, how's everyone doing? I'm doing great, thank you.
I'm doing really, really good. Last week's show, for being the first show, I got a lot of feedback, which was pretty good. Very surprising. It was a lot of feedback. Um, And I'll be honest with you, I was expecting more negative feedback to tell you the truth, but I didn't really get no negative feedback. I got a lot of positive feedback, which shouldn't surprise me, but it was surprising because we're starting this program where we're gonna touch a lot of subjects that people don't understand or people are afraid to understand or strong in their beliefs that they don't want to understand.
Mhm.
And when people get that, they get defensive. And believe it or not, I didn't get no negative feedback, but that was the first show.
Yeah.
But I did get one reaction of a friend of mine that I see at work. He's a very good person. And he's religious and everything. And I think he had more of questions and he's curious. I would say is the correct term. He can correct me in a little bit, but I invited him on today so he could talk to us and he could ask questions or he could question what the metaphysical hour is. If
Okay.
you're open to that, I'm gonna bring him on. His name is Lope.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's welcome him in.
Hey, what's up,
Hi.
Lope?
Hey, nice to see you again, Joe, Bandido.
Hey, what's up? This is my friend Salma Olea. I know her for a while now, and she's very, very talented in what she does. She works a lot with her mother, but we started this program, and you and I were speaking. Lope and I, we know each other through work, and we're friends. There's no boundaries. We joke around and everything, and we're joking around about the metaphysical hour. And it looked like Lope had some questions or doubts, and that's why I invited him on. Let us know, Lope, what you think about the first show when you saw it.
Yeah, I think what Salma was saying was totally wrong. Not just kidding. No, I, I, uh, I actually opened up my mind. A lot of the things that she said seems like they make sense. But I can't remember everything that she said. Actually, to be honest, because they're also new to me. But uh, but it's good that I because I was Catholic all my life, so whatever I received, I just took it, without question. That's how we are. That's how we were. So now here's another alternative point of view, which um, which can make sense because we don't really know. For example, she was talking about um, the afterlife, like there's no heaven or there's no hell. Um, but I think she was saying that there's a reincarnation and but actually we were talking to her earlier that there are many ways that we can find common ground in our beliefs, that we don't have to put down everybody's beliefs, and we could actually find a way to uh, have a common understanding of things, like we agree that to find things that we agree on there'll be more of it than things that we disagree on. I think that's what I want to say. And if we all pursue the good of everybody, I think rather than putting everybody down and saying that's completely wrong, you're out of your mind, then I think that's a better way to go. That
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And first of all, thank you for watching and for being here with us today.
Sure.
So happy to have someone else to, share this time with. You're right. And I did mention this earlier to you. I'm not here to change people's minds or to try to convince them to join me. I'm just here to speak my truth. And then whoever resonates with that, you know, this is exactly how it came about for me. Nobody was trying to force me um, to join them or to believe in what they believe. Everybody has different opinions and everything. You just kind of have to focus in what resonates with you, what it is that you, what like you said, what you absorb, what goes with you.
Yeah. So I think to get it out of the door, I think the like I was saying earlier about what I received, I took it, and so this is what the church tells me. The church tells me that this is what faith is, because we're just talking here, okay? So
Yeah,
uh,
no.
uh, whatever I cannot know. It seems to me that it's just my opinion that we cannot know everything, and so we just accept whatever is given to us as truth, and a lot of those traditions we don't question, of course, but it's a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy that they tell you that you cannot know anyway. You're just a mere human being. You cannot know the truth. It has to be handed to you. That this is what I learned as growing up and growing up in church. So it's just handed to you, and you're not allowed to question it, and um, you know, stuff like that.
Well, I think that what this is what intrigued me about this program with Salma is that, like, you're right, Lope. We are told this is what it is, and this is what we do, this is what we follow, and we really don't focus on what if there's something else. What if what they're telling us is not really how it is? And with Salma, it's like she opens up a door to another how can I say it? Like there is something else. Um, because we were talking about this, we were joking about this the other day, Lope and I was saying, one thing I don't understand is hell. You know, they say they send people how to be punished, to be everything because you're a bad person, right? But if hell is run by the devil and he wants you to be bad, why would he punish you if you go there? you know that that's one of the things that we were Lope and I were talking about. We were joking about it, but it kind of makes sense. That's what makes sense to me. Like, why would it be a punishment if you're bad and that's what supposedly the devil wants you to be is bad, right? Why would he punish you going there? That makes sense to me. If anything, you would send the bad person to heaven, so you can be punished in heaven where you have to behave, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that. But me growing up as growing up also in a Catholic home, if I do this, the devil's gonna come for you. El cucuy, that we're so scared of something that we don't even know exists. But that's what was taught to us by our parents, and that was taught to them by their parents. Especially like in my household, being from a Mexican descent, is real traditional. Same with Lope, being your family must have been really traditional. Pretty much all families that are that are foreign, we're all real traditional, especially in religion.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that you're right, and exactly. I know I've said this before, and I think I did mention it in my previous program that I was Catholic, and my mom's the one who raised me Catholic, and then she was the one who all of a sudden started talking to me about reincarnation and oh, did you know that you pick your mom before you come here? And I was like, you know, like I was like, why are you talking to me about these things? You raised me Catholic. We don't believe in those things. But then little things just start popping up. Like then I kind of start opening my mind. Like I will listen to her, and then I would see articles, or I would read what real people are saying, and then I started questioning, like, why would all these hundreds of people lie about their children remembering their past lives. Like I don't think maybe one person can lie, two, but I saw hundreds of comments of people talking about what their kids went through and what they're telling them. Like, I remember dying in the Twin Towers. I remember being in this boat and killing this and that. I'm just like, how, so then that just started, that started, it was like a snowball effect. Like, I just started doing more research, and I kind of took what I could. And then there's people out there who I'm pretty sure don't know what they're talking about, and you're like, okay, I don't resonate with that person. So that's how it came about for me. And then I absolutely have nothing against religion. I have just realized, in my opinion, that it's very fear-based, and that's why it's very limiting. So, like I was telling Joe last time, it's kind of like when we tell our kids, like, oh, don't do this bad thing because then El Cuckoo is going to come and get you, or La Llorona or something, like, that's not true. Nothing's going to happen. So I feel like it's kind of like that when they tell you, like, oh, you're going to go to hell if you do this and that, like, you need to repent. And of course, everybody should be good. I'm not saying people shouldn't be good. We all, and that is, I guess that's a completely different topic, but that is what the Christ consciousness is. That's what Christ came to teach us, to love everyone and everything.
You're saying Christ?
Correct. Yes.
Oh. No, because that's exactly what I was thinking when you're talking, that the Christ, what you say is Christ consciousness is opposite of what the old religion of trying to make people be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. So we agree in that one completely. So I don't know why we cannot agree, because we are completely in agreement, because religion is actually, the old religion is actually opposite of what, I mean, Christ came to actually, like, oppose religion that was there, that was established.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely correct. We're completely in agreement with that one. Although for a skeptic, I mean, I would treat myself as a skeptic to a lot of the things that you said, because of the evidence that you say of the comments, because I think our brain is very imaginative, and when we dream, we imagine all kinds of things as real. Mm-hmm. and our brain is so powerful that consciously we are not aware. We cannot enumerate the things that we see. That we have an inner brain that makes stories, that makes novels, that we're not aware of. But and we express that in dreams, and we that we don't even remember when we wake up. So when we find instances that are similar, we instantly recollect these patterns, and but anyway, that's just a side that a comment that I would say a skeptic would say about your interpretation. But anyway, we are in agreement with those other things about especially the Christ consciousness. Is that what you said? Christ?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because like I said, and I'm sure you know this, like I said, I was Catholic, so I know Christ came here obviously to teach us love and acceptance and everything. Yet I feel like sometimes religion doesn't really follow that rule, because I have noticed that certain religions don't accept gay people, or don't accept people who are having sex without being married, or stuff like that. And I feel like Christ came here to teach us that we have to accept and love everyone as they are.
Oh yeah, definitely. When Christ came, he was a scandal to the established priests of the religions, because he would go in a much deeper level, because for example they would what's the word, uh, the prostitutes, they would label them, they would stigmatize them,
Mhm.
and when in fact probably the priests are using prostitutes anyway. So it's uh, Christ was saying, hey, look at you first, look how you don't see how bad you are, because you just assume that you're good, and this poor person who is forced by circumstances to be a prostitute, if you are in that circumstance, you would do worse than that person. But it just so happens that you're not, you're born with maybe rich parents, stuff like that. So Christ was saying, do not judge, uh, do not degrade this person, but because of what he or she is, because you don't know, you don't live that life that this person living. Maybe this person was abused when he was a little kid and you were not, things like that. I'm using
Mhm.
the, so we cannot, Christ was saying to love them as they are. You're completely correct. So if there is any religion, or there's any group or society that would hate people, then that's completely against Christ's teaching.
Exactly.
Of course, I agree with that.
Mhm. Unfortunately, I feel like most religions do have that, where they, in more, some families I have known of, that, oh, they have a homosexual son or daughter, and then they don't want anything to do with them, or they want to pray that they change, like, instead of kind of accepting them and supporting them, they just kind of kick them out. But on that note, so Christ came to teach us that. So now, with that the same way, God is love, right? So why would he judge us when we die and punish us? I don't think that someone so loving, who is pure love and perfect, I don't think that he would judge us or punish us in that way. For what I understand, we judge ourselves. We get to live our lives again, not live it, but like kind of see what we did to people, and that is how we kind of pay for it, by seeing what we did to them. See, oh, I didn't know I made that person feel that way. Oh, I didn't know that I hurt this person that way, etc. So we're the ones who judge ourselves when we are transitioning. We get to see everything that we did in this lifetime. What do
Yeah.
you think about that?
No, I don't really. I'm not really sure. Because the Bible has a lot of things talking about judgment, but what we know about God should be from what we see God in Jesus Christ, which is complete love to Saint Peter, who abandoned him, who denied him, complete love to the prostitutes, to everyone, to the lepers, everyone that the society was putting away, hiding away, and condemning as sinners. So of course, you would think that this God is Jesus is the same as the God in the next life,
Mhm.
the same God. So why would he be different? Why would he be completely he's gonna chop your head or stuff like that? He's the same, he's the same. So why
Right.
would, yeah,
So why are
so
we afraid and think that he's going to punish us? Why when something happens we're like, oh, God is punishing, or
no, you're probably correct. I don't know, I don't know for sure, but you're probably correct that it's us judging ourselves, and that is very, very terrible thing, even just to imagine it, that you're gonna spend the whole of your life just thinking about what you did, and by that point, of course, you cannot do anything anymore. You don't have your physical body, but you have your consciousness, and you see how you could have done more, how you could have helped, how he could have been more gentle, more forgiving, stuff like that. So, yeah, you might be right.
Well, and that makes a lot of sense to me too, because it brings up like if God's love, but also God wants us to do well, right? To behave. Um, but going back to religion, like I was trying to open this, religion is like politics, honestly. Um, well, not the religion, the people that run the churches. Let's be more clear, because religion is your beliefs and what's written down in the Bible. That's one thing, and the people that run the churches now use that to their benefit and what is more convenient to them. But one of the biggest turnoffs to me is like both of you guys were saying, God is love. Jesus, Christ came down here to teach us love and teach us to do well and try to save us. But the church protects its own and its own damage other people. And that was one of the turnoffs for me from the church itself. Like, you know, you go to church and you help out the church, but you actually help them out to help out people that have done bad to other people, and that really didn't make sense to me. And that's one of the reasons that turned me away from the church. But I still follow the religion. I still have my beliefs, and I'm strong on my beliefs. And the thing that I'm seeing here is pretty much this conversation is between you and Lope. But the thing I'm seeing here is how you guys agree on so many things, but you guys heard them in a different way and speak to them in a different way, but it means the same thing in a way. You know what I mean? Because and that's what's awesome about this, because you guys are showing, like, yeah, Lopez has his strong beliefs, but he's like, wait a minute, she's making sense, and Salma is like, yeah, you're right too, and it's like everything meets in the middle when you're open minded, and you give a little and you take a little.
Right. Yeah, well, it's pretty much the same thing, like you say. The only difference is maybe that I have decided not to follow a religion because to me it's limiting. I feel like there's more to it that um, they limit us. And I feel like there's much more that we can know and expand ourselves, expand our consciousness. Um, and I also feel like the Bible has been, people kind of take it how they want. Obviously, it was written a certain way to where people read it and they interpret it however they want. And there are even certain religions that take out books from it. So, like, I feel like the Catholics have more books in their Bible than like a Christian, right?
Yeah.
You guys know? Like, I don't understand why. Why were the other books taken away then?
Yeah, but I don't want to get into the Catholic versus other religions.
No, of course. I'm just saying, like, I just like that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to prove my point that I feel like sometimes certain things are just done a certain way to limit certain.
Yeah. Well, I cannot change right now. I mean, I might change later, but right now my beliefs is that the Catholic Church is the true religion, and before that there was the Jewish religion, which also limits some books, and then the Catholic put more of the books, and then the Protestant took out some more books that probably does not support their whatever beliefs they had. So, but that's just me. That's just how.
No, I trust me. Like I said, I understand. I was Catholic, so I know all about the first church being by Peter and all that. So.
And and that's like I said, we're not here to like Lopez said, to say which religion is better or which one's not better, because I believe everyone's beliefs. We all respect what everyone believes. We all respect what everyone feels, right? But what we're doing here is is opening a door to another alternative, you could say. And that alternative is pretty much agrees with the same things, but it shows you another passage per se. Um, one of the things that I've learned with Salma and her mom is like, okay, you die and you're reincarnated, and there's not one person that I know that has never had deja vu or has never had something where you see something and you've lived it. You like you're in that one instant and you know exactly what's gonna happen next, right?
Mhm.
And I think that has a lot to do with it. And the only one thing that I don't agree is when you come back, and if you were bad, that's your hell is like. I'm not gonna come back as a woman. I will come back as a guy,
How do you
but
know?
I know that for a fact.
No,
Lopez,
you don't. You don't know in this instant. You decide afterwards.
well, I assure you, I am not going to decide to come back as a woman.
Oh, because you saying that you can decide how you're gonna come back,
I
but
could.
You can, yeah, but right now as a human, you're just saying, I'm not, but maybe you will.
Salma is saying that too, right? That you're maybe Bandido got it from you about the that you decide how you come back. But what if you don't decide? What if something else
Well, you see,
makes you come back as one person that you don't know? Because you think I'm a good person. I might think I'm a good person. So if I go back, so to be another entity, animal or human being, I might become a poor person or somebody that I used to um, maltreat before, in
Hmm.
order in order for me to understand how that person
Yes,
felt.
yes. Sometimes that does happen, and you choose. And I don't believe you can go back and reincarnate as an animal because um, they're in a lower
oh, fuck.
dimension.
You
I
you
don't know how to.
can or you cannot.
You can't because that's already passed. Like we've already evolved from that.
Okay,
We don't
so
now
we
go back to
progressed.
animals.
We have a safe level
We're
as a
trying,
human being.
yeah. Now we gotta move forward. So we're trying to
God,
I
I
see.
would
not
come
go
back as a bird.
backward.
I would come back as a bird, fucking fly around, shame on people.
Then
that,
you get stuck.
that would totally be me. Come on, that would be awesome. You imagine, and then you see someone that you remember that. Oh, I remember that guy right there. But and that's what's cool about the Salma's program is that it opens our mind into different directions and makes us wonder, makes us think. And one of the biggest things we always say is that we don't even use 10% of our mind. And
Mhm.
this is like the way I see it, this program is like reading a book. Every program should be like a chapter of a book that's will take us somewhere. And it's like when you read a book, either you believe what you read, you enjoy it, or you're stuck thinking about it, what you read. But there's a lot of things that I agree with Salma, and there's a lot of things that I question, and I always question her and her mom for the
Always,
same reason.
always question. That's good.
and
That's
and
good.
that's why when Lope told me I invited him because I rather him express himself. I
Yeah.
rather him like doing this and one thing that I really enjoy is how how both of you have agreed on a lot of things, and that for everyone that's watching it, it's like take that in consideration. Like how awesome is that? There's two different things that actually mean the same thing. So
Hmm.
there is a middle. There is a middle somewhere, and I believe that no one's right and no one's wrong, but everyone in that middle agrees with something because there is something there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I don't think there's anybody who knows everything, especially the next life, because we're not there yet. But yeah. So also God, well, the name of God in the Bible is I am who I am. It's like you cannot define me. You cannot tell me. You cannot put me in a box. So this is just this one, just for the name of God itself cannot be spoken because it cannot be put in a box. You just cannot be certain what it is. You cannot put it inside your head. Otherwise, your God will be smaller than you. That's basically how they talk about it. So also a lot of things in the next life, I don't think we know completely. Even though there are spiritualists or poets who write about, for example, Dante's Inferno, who wrote that, talking about the next life. I mean, these are the images that we have, but we don't really know for sure. And also the it might not be exactly what the Bible says anyway. It's just and somebody's imagination, which might be better than mine, but still it's not completely complete. So of course, yeah, there's a lot of things. For example, Salma was saying about reincarnation in that sense, which I like because it's saying that we're not going to be animals because God wants us to be better, wants us to, right? In the God is love, and He wants us to to see ourselves and to progress, even in the next life. So yeah, so we are actually anticipating. That's what I discovered about the when we go to heaven. A lot of people don't go to heaven right away. We go to purgatory first, and a lot of people think that this is another form of punishment, just like hell, but only temporary. But actually, somebody explained to me that it's not. It's for people who has yet to develop more their understanding and their appreciation of God, and so they're given this time of not seeing God yet, in order that they will better appreciate Him, because if He's gonna be there for eternity in heaven, then He has to know what He's gonna be there for, and got to want it. So purgatory, you could think of purgatory as what we don't know. We don't know what it is. We don't even know what heaven is. We don't know what hell is. We have these images of fire for hell and whatever it is for heaven, but we don't know. So if you want, you could think of it as a reincarnation period, a time where you could live as some other person. Yeah, I have no problem with that, really, personally.
The purgatory?
Yes.
If you were to ask me, I would think the purgatory would probably be where you are kind of rewatching your life and kind of seeing everything that you went through. But like you said, I mean, there's no really way to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I do know is is that it's very interesting because we all follow, and we all believe what we've been told. And I think the best way to understand everything is to have your open mind and look at different things. um like today, Lope took a big step, and he's actually opened up his mind to kind of understand what Sam was talking about. And Salma is doing the same thing. And like I said, and it was the result has been that we've came to a common ground. And I think that's the best part of everything, is that there is a common ground, and there is more out there. There is something else out there that makes that ground common. um I really agree with both of you. Believe it or not, both of you guys have straight and valid points, and they both make sense. It's really, really awesome when you have two different point of views, and they both make sense, and they actually came together in making sense. That's what's really cool.
Yeah, but that's because you are two people that I like.
But you see, well, you see, okay, you have a good point, Lope. and that's the problem, is that when people have a discussion, like right now we're having a very civilized discussion, and it's very hard to have a civilized discussion when you're talking about religion or politics. And I think when people talk about religion or politics, they talk with their guard up. And
Mhm.
that's the problem, that when you have that guard up, you don't listen. You just want to speak and protect your ears from listening. And I think the world would be a better place if everyone listened. You don't have to be so defensive. And that's really the main point of everything.
Mhm.
Hey, Lope.
Yeah. No. I completely agree with you, and I'm just saying that we the three of us has this. We're like a triangle here in my screen, so we are like opposing views, but we stay together. We don't, I don't stand up and leave, and
Yeah.
No.
But
Hey,
that's what life is all about. Exactly. Yeah, there's going to be people with different views. We just have to respect them, and just like Joe's saying, we don't have to get offended or anything. I mean, everybody has their own path, their own point of view, their own ways, and it's okay. I mean, as long as,
yeah.
hopefully.
But I was gonna say that I was thinking when Joe was saying about this, us having different views, and we're still being civilized, is that I mean, I'm in church still, and you don't know how much friction we can have just among each other. We're supposed to have the same beliefs, okay?
Mhm.
But but it, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to judge why we have those frictions sometimes where we cannot. Personally, I speak for myself, where I can barely stand this other person. Why? So it's something I have to look in myself,
Mhm.
and if I were to judge the other person, maybe that person has to look in himself, or what are his motives or her motives, why they wouldn't go to the easier path, to the logical path, rather than and be on this where they stick to their guns, and because I think a lot of the problem comes from the fact that they want to keep their whatever it is they want to keep. They want to keep their superiority. They want to keep their prestige, that they cannot be proven wrong. That's the main reason, I think, for and we all, if we're developing, there has to be some parts of us that has to be let go.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of me, a lot of I know there's a lot of myself that I need to change. If somebody points them out to me, I should be thankful for that person, I think. But maybe I'm putting myself up right now. I don't know.
it's true, and like I said, and the problem is that sometimes we don't like to listen, and we put that guard up. And a lot of people, like you said, Lope, will stand up and walk away. A lot of people will get really defensive. But the setting we have here, and the civilization, the civil talk we're having, it opens up a lot of forums. As a matter of fact, I have a question here on avradiofm.com. It's hi. I was once told my soulmate who has passed on may not be in another lifetime with me because we're not in different. We're now in different paths. Can you explain that if possible?
It says that there's that person and their soulmate won't be together again.
No, let me read it.
Okay.
Yes, I was I was once told my soulmate who has passed on may not be in another lifetime with me because we're now in different paths.
Different paths.
Yeah.
Okay, so for what I understand, soulmates don't even have to be romantic. They could be like your sister, your mom. Like, it doesn't have to be like a significant other. You can have a soulmate, but it doesn't have to be like romantic. If she's talking about like a romantic person, we do have contracts, and sometimes those contracts end. So that might be true. I'm not sure how that other person came about knowing that that other soulmate is not going to come back with her. But sometimes if they have learned their lessons and everything and those contracts have been fulfilled, then it's pretty, yeah, they might not need to do anything else anymore.
Lope, you have any opinion on that?
Oh, my soulmate. Hopefully, she's here, and she'll be the same person that I'll see over there in the next life. Because
That's the
that's
right answer, Lope.
that's
That's the right
because she's listening. That's why.
And then
No.
the,
Huh?
the same person put also like that both have strong convictions. And can Lope come back on your show and sing for us again?
I've never heard them say
Yeah,
tag me.
But
I will. I will.
but you see, what that's a good point. And I've never really thought about it in that point of view, Selma, that your soulmate doesn't have to be a love, like
Like
a
a
love.
lover. Yeah,
Yeah,
partner.
it could fucking Lope could be my soulmate. You know, every time I see him, I get happy. I'm like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
And but that's really I think that's a good topic for another show about
Mhm.
soulmates because I've never really thought about it in that way. And you're right. Like, okay, if in your contract, like you say, was okay, you're gonna be with this person and it's only for this lifetime, that's it. Even if you feel that's your soulmate, next lifetime that's not gonna be your person, right?
Right. Well, we have to come and learn lessons if we already finished that lesson or that test per se. Then you have completed your contract and you don't need to do it with that person anymore. And
I
it goes both ways. It's not just like romantic. If it's something negative, like, oh, this person, I just really can't stand my uncle. And then, if you guys learn the lesson you're supposed to, then you don't have to come back in another lifetime with that same person, try to learn whatever you're supposed to. If you guys already learned it and left it behind, don't get stuck on that karma wheel either.
I learned my lessons, and my next lifetime I'm gonna be a single male, single. Lesson learned.
If you learn all your lessons, then you don't have to come back. And that's the goal. We don't want to come back. Why do you?
Well, yeah, I learned my lesson not to get married again. And next lifetime, I'm gonna be committed to all the women in the world. I'm gonna be that one guy.
You cannot. Okay, I don't think you can. Most men say that, but then they're like over here complaining with one woman. What makes you think you can handle all women? Come on.
Well, I think I'm gonna reincarnate into like Howard Hughes. That guy was the smartest man ever. He was a rich
No.
person, and they asked him once, like he was never married, and they asked him like you deal a lot with escorts. You're rich, you could have any woman you want. He's like, yeah, but I don't pay them. Yeah, I don't pay for their love. I pay them for them to leave. So you see. So you see, there's a lot of topics there, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do want to sleep warm tonight, and I do want to have breakfast in the morning. So I'm just joking around. And
Yeah. So that's the reason why I think I married my soulmate too. So even though it says the marriage lasts only until you die, but there's if she's my soulmate, which I think she is, I'll continue this love with her through to the next life, hopefully.
okay, but Lope, okay, God forbid, right? God forbid, but either you or her passes away, okay?
Yeah.
And a year later, you or her remarries.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So what happens to the previous soulmate?
No, that's no. It actually opened up my mind right now. It gave me another. What someone's saying about soulmate. It gave me the right direction for it, because marriage is one thing, but having that soulmate doesn't have to be your wife or whatever. But in this case, could be your wife,
Mm-hmm.
and so we will love each other even unto the next life. But
Mm-hmm.
if she were, I mean, God forbid, of course, but if she were to die and I cannot hold my below my belt, I I might marry, but it might not be my soulmate. I just need to marry, okay?
Companion or life partner.
Yeah, but so what happens there, Lope? Because okay, you know, you could love the person you're with now, and I'm not using. This is just an example, right? You love the person you're with now, right? And you think that's your soulmate. You know, you're in love with your wife or your husband. You know, that's everything for you. And they pass away, you
Yeah,
know, and they're gone.
yeah,
Time goes on, and time heals. Time heals. You don't forget about that person, but like you say, you still need that comfort. You need that other person. You need to have some sort of comfort in your life, right? And you meet someone, great person, and with time you start falling in love with that person. Not that you didn't love the person before, but you have someone else and you love that person. And I think this is where that question comes in. They have a different path, so you're going down another path now. So what happens to that previous soulmate? Is that like you're not gonna see that one no more, or when you pass away and your new wife passes away, are you go? Which one are you gonna be with? Now the correct answer would be you'll be with both. I think that would be now that would be heaven.
It doesn't work like that. It's not like that's just humans that we need like a spouse. But
But
in the spiritual world, there's no gender or anything. You know that they're your loved ones, but it's not like, okay, you guys are both my wives. We're gonna move in together. You're not like no.
yeah, yeah. That's in line. That's what I understand too. That's what the
you,
Bible.
you, you guys just killed heaven for me.
You can make heaven whatever you want, honestly.
All right. Here, there's another comment here on through avradiofm.com. It's right on, Salma. Correct. I was told we had many lives together, but yes, mission completed. So I guess you gave closure to someone, Salma.
Oh, great! Thank you. I'm glad they're listening, and that, like I said, I'm glad they're taking in what they can, and always have questions. Always question everything and do research, and you know, you do or listen to what resonates with you. Don't. I'm not saying that everything that I say is what it is. Like, of course, take what you want and whatever resonates with you, take
Now,
it.
Yeah,
I do,
but
I do, I do want to say this to all the married guys that are listening to this or going to listen to this. Do, do,
well, just in my case though, I just want to give a little incident report here. We went to Europe, went to Europe the last 2 weeks or so, and I, we went on vacation. And wherever I go, my wife just handles everything. So I think if she passes on, I will just die because I cannot survive. Okay, so she, I will not even have time to.
What is life?
that, that's the right answer, Lopez. That's what I was about to say right now.
Yeah, and she's
Public service
watching.
announcement. Public service announcement. Men, do not do what I just said. Do not listen to what I say. And do not tell your wife, oh, you might not be my soulmate no more. Because then you won't have lunch. Then you won't have clean clothes.
You won't
So,
have a life.
but Lope, follow what Lope just said. Lope said the correct answer.
That's sweet.
But that is true, though. That is really true because I've seen it happen. Honestly, you see a couple, and you see it all the time on the news and stuff that like the husband passes or the wife passes away minutes after the other person. It does happen.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Right? But that's pretty cool, Lope. I appreciate you coming on, and you're welcome anytime to come on and shoot the breeze with us because you are a great guest, and people want you to come back and sing songs to us.
Okay.
Lope's cool.
Yeah, I'd love to hear him too. Please let me know when he performs.
For
Oh,
sure.
okay.
But one thing we're gonna start before we let you go, Lope. We're gonna start with the messages for anyone that's on that wants to message. But I want give Lope his message. See if he agrees with his message.
All right.
What?
I think this also goes against his religion, but let me tell you, I'm using Archangel cards.
Oh, I can talk a little bit about that, Archangel. Because I just been to when I went to France, there is this mountain that the angel Michael wanted the bishop to build a cathedral. So the bishop was not doing what Michael said to build a cathedral. So Michael put a hole in his skull to get him going because it hurt. So he built a cathedral, and it's very beautiful. We went there, and it has survived all the battles, including World War II. So in France, where Normandy, the other side of where Normandy is.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a good one. So whenever you get a headache, it's Michael. He wants you to build a cathedral.
Well, Michael's the one who defeated the devil, so.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a message here from Archangel. How do you pronounce this? Jophiel. He said you need to go outside more, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So pretty much, they're suggesting that you go outside more, connect with nature, maybe ground more.
They're talking to me?
Yeah. If you're stressed, you need to go out into nature to relieve some of that stress.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I will.
There you go, Lope.
You started talking to me.
Lope is cool. But Lope, thank you for coming on, and
Thank you.
I will see you tomorrow. So anyone else that's on that wants their message read, the person commenting on AV Radio FM, just put your name down so we could read your message. Have someone read you your message from your Archangel. Thank you, Lope.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. It
Thank you,
was
Selma.
a
Nice
pleasure
to talk to you.
talking to you.
Right.
Okay. Bye.
That was our friend Lope. He's really, really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that guy. We work together, and he's a really cool guy. I really like him.
I like having conversations with people like that. I do.
So anyone on that wants to their message before we go, because we are almost out of time. Why don't you give me my message, Salma?
Give you your message. No problem. You know, I feel like you've gotten this one before, so maybe they're just reminding you. It says that you need to clear your space. And it's the same archangel that was talking to him, Jophiel. It says, get rid of any clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. So pretty much, it doesn't necessarily have to be like if you have clutter like in your home or in your space, in your car. It can be anything. It could be like energetic clutter. If you have any like negative energies that you haven't let go of, just know that if there's anything that you feel like that's holding you back, just kind of release it so you can allow more positive energy to flow and bring more positivity into your life.
Okay. Now I have a question for you that they posted here on the radio's website. It says, "For how long is our message from an angel applicable? Say, can it vary each month, each day, each week?"
Yeah, that is a little bit. It's a little bit tough because there is no time limit. I don't think it would be like too long. I feel like it's kind of like more short term. But I cannot give you like a specific time, like, oh, it's gonna happen next week or next month. But of course I feel like they're talking to you mainly about right now. So the energy that we're using is usually right now. So if it's something, it could be maybe for the next month or so. And then after, because I have been told that you see how I keep getting like the same message for you? That's because
Right.
the energy is the same right now. Maybe next month it'll be something different.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have a message for Lupe from AV Radio. She wants her message.
Okay. Okay, so we have Archangel Satkiel telling you to keep an open mind and learn new ideas, and then you can teach others. So they want you to keep an open mind now, so that you can start absorbing more, perhaps more of the spirituality, so that you can later expand that light towards others in your life and people who follow you, or people who you have that you inspire a lot, maybe people close to you. So yeah, they're just telling you pretty much that keep an open mind, start learning more. Maybe if you have any questions, you can ask us, or if you want to do any research, I can always tell you also where I get all my information from, or where I seek and find my answers.
All right. We have a request from Angélica OLEA. Yo quiero mi mensaje, por favor. I correctly.
My mom is listening.
Your mom, you're lucky, Lope, because your mama came on and.
Okay, from my mom, it says, from Archangel Michael, it says, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Entonces, necesitas estar muy acertada en lo que quieres para que lo puedas manifestar, y tienes que tener esa fe y saber que todo te va a llegar.
Perfect. Good one too. All right. So I believe that is it for today.
All right.
It was a pretty good show. Very interesting show.
Yeah.
We got one more from.
Oh.
I believe you said Kirubin.
How do you say Kirubin in English?
Kirubin. like Kirubin. Victor Olea.
Hi, Dad. Okay, so it's funny, like, how we've mentioned this before, how when we have like a topic, it kind of comes like the messages about that.
Like last night.
Yeah, so I have a message here from Archangel Raciel, and it says that he's bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So they already want you to expand your consciousness. They want you to start leaning more towards it, even though I know you do. They're just letting you know that they're sending you more information, so just receive it.
That's pretty good. And I believe her name was Lupe. She says, thank you so much, with gratitude.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for listening.
And now I believe that is it. We will be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. What do you have in store for us for next week, Selma?
I'm not sure. What? I feel like we had said we were going to talk about something this week, huh? And then we took it a different direction, which was great. I love that it had to do with the previous one. I think we were going to speak about the power of our minds, right?
Right.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, perfect. And if anyone has any questions or doubts, you guys could reach out to us. send a message. But I do want to remind everyone that Sunday, November 14th, if I'm correct,
It is, yeah.
Vista, California. Salma will be in town, and she'll be with her mom. They'll be having a day of talks and live. You guys will be there. It's limited seating, so if you guys would like to attend, it's a $45 cost. You guys gotta call and make your reservations because last time I talked to your mom, I think you guys were really close to almost being full.
Mm-hmm.
So reach out to Salma or Angelica and make it out to Vista, California. That's just down there by San Diego. It's not that far.
Thank you. Yeah, we hope to see you guys there. And thank you so much for giving us this time and letting me expand people's consciousness.
No problem. I will see you next week. Have a great week. And everyone, remember, don't be so defensive. Be open-minded and listen. I think that's the message for today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right.
Good
Yeah,
night.
great.